Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy, and this, conveniently, is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Glad to have you with us at 7 minutes after the hour on this Thursday edition. We are out and about today and would love to see you. Come by and see us at T-Line, which is a great facility located in the Nations. Ken Weaver has decided that we are in the Southern Nations. If you go on 40, you get off on 204B, veer to the right, take a quick left on Robertson. And then we're right down on the right. You can't miss it. Once you go down about a half mile or so, you'll see us on Duluth down on the right. Come on out and see us. We are here celebrating the United States of America in the Olympic Games. The curling is going on one screen, hockey going on another screen. The U.S. is currently enjoying a 4-1 lead over Latvia, and we're in the midst of a power play as well, so that looks pretty good for the American team as we continue our journey toward what is hopefully a gold medal. You can come out and experience curling for yourself. They'll actually train you up. They were training up some of the sales team, and the sales folks out there were looking just about as good at curling as they do in their daily life. Which is to say, very good, Ken. They were doing a fine job as they were. We just scored again. 5-1.
It's 5-1 USA.
USA. We'll save that for a better team. All right. Look at there already. Before I even introduce you, 0500 says, "Dang, Scott Sapicki always looks so dapper." Scott Sapicki joins us on location. Thank you for coming out today, man.
My pleasure. I heard about this place. Everybody knows I went to the University of Wisconsin, so this is a little bit more of a homey feel to me, watching hockey and and then the curling. I have done curling in Wisconsin when I was in college.
Okay.
There might have been some beer. There might have been some beer involved.
I mean, I feel like, and I say this in all seriousness, I feel like curling is kind of like Yankee bowling.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I mean? People go out, they maybe have a libation or two, just enjoy themselves. Some people probably more serious about it than others, but for the most part, you're just having a good time with friends.
That's correct. And I'm very big in education in Tennessee.
Yes.
And so when I hear the remarks, why do I need to take geometry or algebra? Where's that going to come into play? Curling. It's all about angles.
I heard it said on the Chad Benson show, Ken. I think you were a part of this discussion. Okay. Chess on ice.
Chess on ice. Yes, sir. That's what it was proposed to us.
A lot of strategy involved, and you're right, Scott. You see them, and if you think about it, you can figure it out. You see the professional guys, or I say the professional guys, the Olympic guys. They when they let that thing go, they've got that little turn going on to it, and that's all by design. They're doing that for a reason.
Geometry and algebra coming home to roost.
So, kids, if you want to be a good curler, Sapicki says, study your algebra, study your geometry.
Study hard.
In school. If you've got any questions about the General Assembly, go ahead and get them in here on the Super Text line, 615-737-9986. We got Scott for a couple of segments to talk about what's going on in the GA. What's happening in education, my friend?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. Last week we had Ms. Benson on to talk about our student internet safety bill.
And she went before committee?
She did. They did. Her and the two ladies did a fantastic job. I've really never seen it ever happen in committee where somebody testifies and there's zero questions. It was that compelling of an argument. It passed with unanimous approval, so it goes on to the full committee about protecting kids and their internet access when it comes to the devices that they have in school.
Yeah, so the bottom line for those that missed the conversation last week is Ms. Benson became aware and then followed up with you and made you aware that her child was getting access to places on the internet that no school-age child should go.
On a school-issued device.
So obviously whatever safeguards are there don't work, or in some cases the safeguards aren't available, and so we need to just make sure that those safeguards are there. Those parameters exist to give the parents another tool in their toolbox to keep their kids away from things they shouldn't see.
We just need to make sure everything is as tight as possible, and we're probably looking at it taking to the nth degree next week. There's a bill coming through education right now to ban all technology in K through 8. Take it all out of the classroom.
Like go back to just books?
Go back to books, go back to pen, go back to paper, and going back to the way we used to do it in education.
Do you support it?
I do. There has been a study that just got released that shows year over year, as we've introduced more and more technology into the classroom, we've seen worse and worse academic scores. And so you can pin it back to when we first started to introduce that into the classroom. Before we introduced it into the classroom, do you know where we used to rank in the country? In the United States, number 1 and number 2 in the world. In the world. Mm-hmm. Well, we're in the 30s now.
Right.
So we need to go back to making sure our kids can do the memorization, the writing things down, and going back to the way we used to learn things, using technology to make it more efficient, and that's it.
So the pushback on that would be it's going to be a part of the world that these children live in.
Correct.
That they have technology at their fingertips. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you make that available to them a little bit sooner rather than, what would you say, K through 8?
K through 8. Okay. So that's a great question. And so the answer to that is, remember when we were going through school, we took typing classes, right? Mm-hmm. It was to learn how to manipulate the typewriter. Uh-huh. We can have classes in middle school that teach the kids, which they already know how to do, how to manipulate the iPad, how to do searches, how to do different kinds of functions. And then when they get to high school, they can start to apply that, getting acclimated to the way the rest of the world is going to treat education.
Have you gotten any other pushback against the legislation?
No, because we continually pass bills like L's bill, right? Mm-hmm. Looking at technology and the internet access and banning cell phones, right? Everything focuses and revolves around, we have so much technology in the classroom, it is so hard to govern it because it changes all the time.
Right.
And so the thing that you think you have a handle on today, in a week or so, and sometimes in a day, technology comes around and makes that obsolete. So if you look at in the Tennessee Code Annotated, our section in code about internet access and stuff continues to grow and grow and grow. So why don't we get ahead of it and just say, you know what, let's just stop going there and let's go back to the way it used to be.
And is that coming up this session?
Yeah. Next week in committee.
Okay.
I'll give you an update, let you know if it passes.
Very good. Several people are asking if you are still a Badger fan.
100% yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did not transfer. I stayed with Wisconsin from the beginning to the end.
There was no portal when you were back in school?
No.
Do you ever find any money in your boot?
Is the statute of limitations still? I can tell you this. If you got invited down to the National W Club after a game and you had a good game, it was very cost-effective to go out that night.
Uh-huh. Okay. I see. I see what you're saying. So, there are more than one ways to skin a cat, in other words.
That's correct, yes.
All right. Several folks are asking, 6776 writes in and says, no computers in middle school? That's stupid, and then he says a nasty word. So, I mean, are you talking about eliminating all technology within the classroom?
Yes.
And I mean, how does that protect the kids?
Well, what it does is
I'm confused.
It's not so much as by taking the technology out of the classroom, right? I don't have to deal with all the access of what the kids are doing with the internet. That's kind of a side note. What we get back to is, how do kids learn best? And they learn best from using multiple tactile functions, right? The touch of a pencil, touching the paper, seeing something, hearing something. When you're on a computer, you are limited in what you're doing. It's poking. We found out, and there's all kinds of studies out there in some states that we believe we don't like, in California and the Northeast, that have done detailed studies that show if you go back and integrate textbooks and paper and pens back into learning, you will get better academic success and better grades for our students, which that translates as they get into high school and they get into college, that now we're actually graduating kids that can perform in a technical job in a community college setting or in a four-year institution.
Jason wants to know, does that mean the students, if this were to pass, will get actual books again and not use Chromebooks?
That's correct.
And
That's
so
correct.
and so you'll get the I'm sure the chiropractors in the state are behind this bill 100%.
Well, our book bags were pretty big when we were young.
You know where I was going with that.
And it's okay. young bodies are very strong. And the other bill that we moved out of subcommittee, Matt, was the presidential physical fitness test.
Mm-hmm.
So that moved out. That moved out of subcommittee too with a unanimous vote.
Mindy writes in and says, I have a 6th grader and a sophomore. Both of them complain their teachers don't teach. They just show them YouTube videos and expect them to learn that way. I'm 100% behind taking away a lot of the technology.
I think if you really go back to the people who I work for, Matt, I work for the people of Tennessee, 7 million Tennesseans, and those individuals that want their kids to get an education. If you're trying to argue against going back to how successful we are, it gets tough to do, you know. But if we can use the technology, like I'll give you a great example. When we grew up, we had chalkboards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they have Promethean boards. They're computer boards that the kids can draw on, hit a button, clear it. The teachers can access technology to make it more efficient to learn. As let's say, hey, let's go look at a picture of such and such, right? The Grand Canyon, right? You can take a YouTube tour through the teacher of the Grand Canyon, but you can also learn about it in the textbook.
Christina writes in and said, would kids still be able to do virtual training if all electronic devices are removed?
So one of the things that we're looking at right now, and that's a great question, we have virtual schools across the state. There's 2 bills going through the General Assembly about limiting access to virtual schools if these virtual schools are not performing at an acceptable level. So we grade our school systems A, B, C, D, and F, okay? We have virtual schools that have been F virtual schools for multiple years.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bill coming through that is sponsored, I think it's by Chairman White, and supported by SCORE. You know SCORE. When I say SCORE, the Bill Frist group that looks at education.
Right.
They have come up with an idea of if you are a poor performing virtual school for 2 consecutive years, you no longer can be a virtual school. Those kids have to go back into a classroom or access a different virtual provider.
I'll tell you, if our Super Talk text line is any indication, this is a wildly popular idea.
It is. It's long overdue.
I've gotten a couple of folks that say, well, isn't that going backwards? I think you can do both. I mean, I think you can teach kids the skills that they can. I mean, and when a certain age hits, I mean, obviously 9th grade, you're not limiting this in high school, so you give them access to those online technologies in high school. Mm-hmm. You can teach them the skills that they'll need when they eventually get that access. Just don't give them the access at such an early age.
And that's correct. And that's exactly what the bill's intent is. I'm sure as robust as this discussion has been, it'll be even more robust in committee next week.
Are you guys in the General Assembly considering how government will be involved, and maybe not at all, but AI? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's my understanding. I mean, you do any sort of dive into AI, and when AI, we're getting to a point where artificial intelligence is now teaching itself how to develop artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. And as that happens, what all the theories are is that artificial intelligence will grow exponentially at that point, and that in our lifetimes, men, that we will see AI technology that we can't possibly conceive of.
That's correct.
Does government have a role in creating parameters or barriers to prevent abuses within that system?
Yeah, and I think if you look at the natural progression of AI, it leads to the point that AI gets frustrated with the human element, right?
Right.
Because we're imperfect.
Right.
AI strives.
We become an impediment.
That's right. It prohibits AI from doing what it wants to do to become as smart as it possibly can, right? Hey, get out of the way, humans. I'll just solve the problem for you. Where government comes in is we have to put guardrails in place to make sure that we don't lead to abuse or problems when it comes in education or in the workforce, that AI starts to replace everything out there, and then what are people doing, right? Well, what are people doing? So it's going to be, we constantly have these discussions in the General Assembly about, okay, what do we need to do to curtail AI so it is not replacing intelligence or replacing learning, but helping it. And I think it's a great question people ask, Matt, and I think it's going to become a problem to where AI gets frustrated with the human element.
Well, and then what happens then?
Well, there's a movie about it.
Well, there's been several.
There's a movie about it.
and
I'll be back.
Of all of the ones that I've seen, it doesn't really end well for us.
It doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
No. 7991 has written in and says, I'm strongly opposed to school vouchers until the public school funding is reduced by an equal amount to the total cost of the vouchers.
Yes.
School costs are high enough without doubling it with the cost of additional vouchers. I'm sure
It's a
you've
great
heard
argument.
this.
Great argument,
Yeah,
Matt,
I mean, right. It is the best. I mean, that I'm already paying, and now I'm paying again for other people to go to private education.
Sometimes what you have to do is you have to pass a bill so you can get the data to show success to come back and say, okay, we need to now amend this back, right? I know we worked very hard for 2 years, well, probably 3 years on this to get school choice in the state of Tennessee. But we had to make concessions to get the bill across the finish line. And because we didn't have the success numbers yet, it made sense to be cautious with public education to make sure that we keep them at a funding level, that they're perfectly sustainable, and then we can allocate some money into school choice and get the data back, which I'm very excited this May. We're going to start to get the data back in school choice of these kids that are now receiving the state money. They'll take their test at their private school. That test score will be reported to the state, and then I will get a report on the success of all these students. Now we'll be able to have an argument of, okay, now let's wait a second. Look how these kids have turned around. Look how they're starting to accelerate, because the data right now shows that in the peer school, if Matt Murphy goes from X school to Y school, and I compare you from where you came from, you will outperform the school you came from. That's what we're looking for, that academic growth of these students, because I don't want them on our dime when they graduate high school and they go on. I want them to be able to choose what life they want to lead. If they want to take over for Ken Weaver, they can do it because they can do the job, right? That's what we want. Because somebody said to me, the reason why we do education is because our kids are going to go to a place and time that you and I are not going to go. And they've got to know. For this grand experiment of the United States to succeed, that next generation has to know.
No, I hear it. I
so,
hear you.
There you go.
And speaking of the United States currently leading.
The route is on.
Latvia. Yeah, 5-0. Is that 6? Was that 6?
5-1.
5-1, pardon me, in hockey, and I don't know what's going on with the curling. We're at T-Line, Matt Murphy Show. Ken Weaver's out here, Jackson Williams out here, Representative Scott Sapicki with us. A lot of questions rolling in on the Super Talk text line for Scott Sapicki, and we'll continue asking some of those questions from you to Scott after this on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy Show in progress. We are at T-Line. Come on out and see us. A lot of folks are doing just that. Representative Scott Sapicki has stopped by. We're talking about the General Assembly in general, education more in particular. Ken Weaver is alongside. Jackson Williams is doing absolutely nothing. Hey, Ken.
Yes, sir.
Jackson's doing what it costs to like us on the on Talk TV, which is
absolutely nothing, boys. Yes.
I mean, my goodness.
I saw that in person.
It's even better in person.
It's pretty impressive.
It's more impressive. He does the
Well,
it's the hand. It's the hands.
I know.
You got to do the hands.
Well, that's what Bill Fields did too. W.C. Fields. He
W.C.
used his hand a lot.
Yes.
Bill Fields. What are
Bill.
your first name basis?
Oh yeah.
Whatever, Ken. Bill Fields.
I can't get anything by Brother
Bill.
Sapicki.
They're old, but no, he's eyeballing you.
Yeah,
over
me and Donald. Topper.
there. Donnie.
Topper.
You
Name
and Donnie.
dropper.
Yeah.
Name dropper,
Yeah.
Ken.
me
Name drop.
and DJT.
Give me a break. Bill Fields.
Before I get
You
back,
and Dolly, right?
Yeah. Although I'd faint in her presence.
I would too.
I have.
Don't
caught me.
even start.
I got
someone-
a hug. That's
Uh-huh.
a fact. In 1984, we played in the Hall of Fame Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
Jerry Claiborne,
Uh-huh.
the late Jerry Claiborne, right? The comedian.
Jerry Clower is who you're
Clower, I'm
thinking
sorry,
of. Sure.
Clower.
That's
Jerry
right.
Clower. He did the show for us.
Okay.
Awesome.
And he told us all as football players, if you want a free hug from Dolly Parton, you let me know. I saw him one time when I was playing for the Sounds, and I called him on it, and I got a hug from Dolly Parton.
Awesome.
Wait a minute.
I haven't washed that shirt since.
That
I wouldn't either.
that may be the best story you've told.
That
us,
is an
Freddie.
awesome story.
That Jerry Clower got you a hug from Dolly Parton.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh!
That's high cotton.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what we're talking. You're stepping in high cotton.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave Marcel the beer joint.
Before we oh, Marcel, Adele, Raynell, Vidal.
I know my
Claude,
favorite.
Eugene, and Clovis.
My favorite punchline from Jerry Clower is when they stomped the fire out.
Yes, sir.
They passed the hat and they collected $29 and they gave it to Mr. Ledbetter and said, "What are you going to do with all that money?" And he said, "Well, the first thing we're going to do is fix the brakes on that truck." Yes, they ran into the middle of the fire. Stomp over here. Get it over here.
Oh, they put the fire out.
They stomped the fire out. Anyway.
Bill Fields.
Someone wants to know if you are aware that I called you a ninny.
Yes, I've been told that you were speaking derogatorily of a fellow Murray Countyan.
I just said it's some of that, and I didn't say ninny to the super texter. I said nanny, as in nanny state.
That's
I
not what
said
heard.
that you
were
you
taking
are
my name in vain, I heard.
a big government nanny state conservative is what I call
Okay.
it. This is in reference to the raccoon legislation.
This is not how you get votes. Okay,
I've already got
I'm going to teach you a couple numbers. Ready?
I've already got
50
your vote.
and 17.
I've already got your vote.
50
You said
in the House and 17 in
you
the Senate.
promised me if it got to the floor, you'd vote for it. So I've already got your commitment.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty safe on that bet.
We'll see.
Yeah. Summer study.
Summer study, sure. So
there are-
summer
seriously-
study where legislation goes to die. What do we have?
There are a
going on?
couple things
All right.
outside of education I want people to know about. There is a bill, House Bill 1159. It'll be in committee next week about closing the primaries in Tennessee.
Okay.
We've been arguing about that for a long time. I think it's, in my opinion, I think we've got to a point where we've got to close the primaries in Tennessee so Republicans pick Republican candidates, Democrats pick Democrat candidates.
And for those that aren't familiar with the subject matter, the danger here, and I'm kind of non-committal because it's a party thing, and I'm
Because you're a libertarian.
I'm a libertarian, so I don't belong. So, but I'm y'all do do what you need to do.
Right.
But I understand the danger. The danger is the Democrats have lost the level of influence that they've lost, that they are now choosing. Instead of nominating good candidates to run as Democrats, they're trying to infiltrate the Republican Party.
Correct.
And pull Democrat policies into what should be conservative
Softer
political
Rs.
circles. Yeah, that's right.
Softer
right.
Rs.
That's right. And that makes sense to me.
And then the other bill is I'm running a bill next week. It is moving all elections we have in the state of Tennessee to August or November. We have some municipalities and stuff that will have elections in March or April, and the voter turnout is abysmal because nobody knows it's time to go vote.
Right.
So as a voter in Tennessee, you're going to realize going forward that you will vote in August and you will vote in November. And then also we're going to, in that bill also, it makes municipal elections partisan. So if you're going to run in a municipal election, you will run as a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. And then the last bill I moved out this week was one of the first immigration bills that's been out there. It is closing the loophole in E-Verify to now everybody in the state of Tennessee will either go through the state verification of the 6 or 7 documents you have to do to prove that you are here legally and able to work, or you will have to do E-Verify.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
there you go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. One question, 9378 says, what do we have? Where are we on constitutional carry of firearms? I know.
Great question.
I think it is a good question because I know that you guys were taking it up this year.
I
right?
believe it's Chris Todd, Representative Todd has that bill. I'm about 90% sure it's House Bill 2064. I just signed on to it. It gives us constitutional carry.
Well,
in the state of Tennessee.
In this and it right now,
like the intent to go armed and stuff.
That's right. Right now,
it takes all that out.
We have an affirmative defense right now, but this is eliminating all of that red
Correct.
tape and just getting back to the simplicity of the Second Amendment.
It's called looking at the Second Amendment.
100%. So several questions regarding education. Before we get to that, someone says, and this is also a good one. Shoot that thing. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah,
Derek,
yeah.
Shoot that thing.
Yeah, the coon hunting story.
I can't shoot up in there. I might hit one of you. Said, well, you got to shoot up amongst us because one of us has got to have some relief.
You know Jerry Clowers is smiling right now.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Man.
He's my favorite, man. Him and Bill Fields.
Jerry. Jerry and Bill.
Oh, boy.
My grandmother loved Jerry Clower. She had a lot of his albums, but she also, y'all remember Brother Dave Gardner?
Oh, yeah.
Brother Dave was a different cat, man. He was like a hip Southern guy. I've still got some of these albums. Brother Dave.
Let me borrow some.
Brother Dave told the story about Charles and, what was her name? Baby. About riding the motorcycle, and they were behind the big truck, and they couldn't get around the big truck, and he had a bumper sticker on the big truck that said, "I might be slow, but I'm ahead of you," and all that tore him up. And so he got around that thing, but he hit a car head on, and they flipped off into the bushes. And anyway, you've got to. I won't go any further. I'll bring you some out.
Yeah, do that.
It's good stuff.
And I think the reason why I said Jerry Claiborne, because we played Kentucky in the bowl game, and that was the head coach of the University of Kentucky.
Ah, okay.
There you go. All right, let me get to my page where all of these questions are. There's the question about you being a ninny.
Real quick, they're also remember the whole Don Lemon thing up in Minneapolis.
Yes. There's
a bill out there, and General's telling me House Bill 2264. It makes that a Class B misdemeanor if you go into a house of worship with the intent to disrupt it or cause a distraction.
Very good.
So that's the Don Lemon bill. That we're not playing that game in Tennessee. Houses of worship are off limits to protesters.
Are there dangers that vouchers can become a transfer portal for high school athletes?
So that bill, I ran that bill last year on one-time transfers. We did pass that. The Senate did adopt our language. It went to Governor Lee's for his final signature. And so here's what it says, folks. From 6th grade to 12th grade, in the summertime only, so when school's out to when school starts in August, you can transfer one time for any reason you want, as long as you're not avoiding academic or disciplinary actions. Okay? After that, then the normal transfer rules apply by TSSAA to where it has to be bona fide. We recognize that we have to give these kids one shot to make a better choice. After that, it has to be a bona fide reason. And so that bill did pass, and so I'm not worried about it because in the school choice, if you go to a different school based off of school choice, that is the exception we have for you because you're changing your location of school.
Are there no, I just asked that one. Are there concerns about Muslim-based schools using ESA dollars?
That's correct. There is a bill coming again. I don't know the number of it. I'm sorry about that. But there's a bill. We already have an overlay in business. And what the overlay in business says, you cannot have discriminatory practices. You can't discriminate on race, creed, color, religion. And you cannot have policies or procedures that call for the overthrow of the U.S. government. Okay?
Right.
We're going to lift that language in business and apply it into education. So if you are a school that wants to apply for state money in the business community, if you do that, you can't have state money. On the Education Freedom Scholarship or the vouchers going forward, if it passes, if you have policies that are discriminatory or racist, or you teach about the overthrow of the U.S. government, then you will not be able to take part in education freedom.
Will state-mandated tests, this is going back to the K through 8th grade, getting away from computers, will state-mandated tests be paper tests and no longer on a computer? I don't know if they're on a computer or not.
They are right now. So in early education up until 5th grade, they're paper right now.
Okay.
After that, the Commissioner of Education has the option to either do electronic or paper. Right now, electronic is middle school and high school. We will look at that to see the logistics of it because I do not want that to affect how soon we get our tests back so we can make those. Remember, we have to make summer school decisions. Mm-hmm. So we have to be able to make those decisions in real time probably by the end of May. So anything we do, we're going to have to go to the vendor and say, hey, if we go paper, can you deliver these results to us by the end of May?
How will the bill affect homeschool families, if at all?
Which bill?
I think they're referring to the K through 12.
The technology bill?
Yeah, the technology bill.
Homeschoolers have their freedom. We don't.
So they can do it their own way.
They can do it the way they want
way.
to do it. Because I tell you what, my results in homeschool are pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They are.
I think schools should be more real-life targeted instead of pushing all of these things that the kids might not use depending on what career field they choose. The reason I bring this question up from 1413 is this. Are we seeing a movement back to promoting trade-based education?
Yes, absolutely. We spent $1 billion in our community colleges and TCATs doing renovations and building new ones across the state of Tennessee. We know in our TCAT, and if I say TCAT, the technology schools, right? Mm-hmm. We know that there is a waiting list right now because they are bound. Like if you're going to be an electrician, right, they can only teach so many kids to do that at a time. We have a backlog across the state of Tennessee of kids wanting to get in to be an HVAC, electrician, an engineer, right? Somebody who knows Bill Fields, right? People like that we have to train that next generation of the ones that build it or fix it. And let me tell you something, Matt, those jobs are not minimum wage.
No.
You come out. I'll give you a great example right now. We just went through Fern, right? The winter storm, right? At Columbia State Community College, we have a backlist of people who want to be the line workers, the one that climbed the electrical poles. Mm-hmm. Starting pay on that is $75,000.
That's pretty good.
It's a 14-week course.
And you start at
$75,000 a year. Plus, let me tell you something. If you were doing all that work, getting people back online, you're probably making double or triple time.
Right.
It is a way for our country to bring back that middle income that's been just destroyed through technology.
Any update on Columbia Power and Water, City of Columbia passed their thing, and it's kind of moving it. Are you still working on it?
That is in my arena now.
Yeah.
I am very concerned because I know Murray County, I know Mount Pleasant, and I know Spring Hill are looking to gain their water independence.
Yep.
You put $500 million on a mid-level utility size, right? That could be crippling to Columbia Power and Water because if they lose their customer base to help pay this loan back, now you put that all on the people of the city of Columbia, that 150% increase might be 300 or 400% because you will pay the state of Tennessee back, you will pay the federal government back, and you will pay the bond market back.
Finally, before we go, let's see, 3641.
Ken told me I was here till 6.
I mean, you're welcome to stay. I'll go on the I'll go on the ice.
According to Ken, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, okay. I mean, you can stick around. I mean, no, you're welcome.
I just do the news, boys.
Ask Representative Sapicki how we make Wisconsin football great again. To which I say, again? What?
Oh, wow.
It was great.
I'm going to try to not come out of my chair.
Somebody said,
and make Wisconsin Swiss cheese out of you.
Who's Alvarez?
Barry Alvarez.
This person says they sure miss Alvarez.
So this is my claim to fame at Wisconsin football. My senior year, our team, you know how they have like the promotional, like you're going to see Gunnar Stockton, right, out there. My senior year, the promotional was the field goal kicker and the punter because they knew we were going to be on the field a lot. Wisconsin would have never gotten Barry Alvarez without me because our teams were so bad that we and then Barry Alvarez. I mean, he changed Wisconsin football. What's going to bring the greatness back of Wisconsin football is we have to go back to the way we used to do it.
Pushing people down.
Just it's ugly.
Yep.
It's boring, but you know what? We had 1,000-yard rushers year after year after year, and we were cranking out 8, 9, and 10-win seasons because we beat you up physically on the offensive line. Yeah. We had a 240-pound tailback that just pounded you, and then we had a defense that was stifling.
Didn't Ron Dane won the Heisman, right?
The Great Dane.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. I
mean, we had Fletcher. We had running back after running back.
3 yards in a cloud of dust, boys.
Well, no, it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It was 9 yards in a cloud of dust in the fourth quarter.
Beat up on them
because when you got 5 330-pound linemen pounding on you after a while and a 240-pound tailback, the writing's on the wall.
Sapicki, you are welcome. You're a big man. You're welcome to stand or sit as long as you'd like. But I've got to take a quick time out. It's 54 after the hour. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.